Alright, so we are back. I went ahead, I put this on my 6-ton press. If you ever watch some of my knife making after the heat treat, it's basically the same thing. I just put it in the press and pressed it straight. I already grinded all the stuff off because it's the same thing I did in the last video. I just put it on the grinder. Except here, in these little spots here, what I'm gonna do is the old handy dandy. Then we're just gonna smooth it all up, get it all worked out. Then it's time to drill it and then mount it. All right, here we go. Yeah, I mean, that's the back. You know, if this was something aesthetic, I'd fill in these little holes right here and keep going. But that's just wasting welding metal because no one's gonna see that. So let me just take care of this part here and this part. You know, I'm just glad I got it straight, and you can't even tell where that line was. Here we go. Yeah, that thing's pretty worn down, but you know, for now, I'm calling it good because if I don't, I'll sit here for hours, weld every little spot, sand it, weld every little spot, but that thing ain't going nowhere for sure. I got it straight, I got it good. So now, let's drill it and mount it. I gotta hit this, look at all the little spatter I got here. Alright, yeah, let me reiterate, this is not how to weld. This is me doing like how I progress at welding and just building things and showing you if you put effort to it, things can be done. But you gotta do it your way with welding because I'm not a welding teacher. I'm not even a good student because I'm doing shitty welds. You can't be a good student and teacher. If you're the teacher, you can't be a good student. Something like that. Something like the lawyer quote, right? Alright, let's get this thing drilled out. I'll meet you over at the drill. Alright. There we are. Boom. Actually, let me see what. Quarter-inch fit through these. All right, quarter-inch fits just fine. I think that's quarter-inch. Or is this quarter-inch? Yep. I use quarter-inch for everything. Nice. 1/4" holes. Actually, I'm gonna draw them a little bit bigger than 1/4". Let me find middle. Alright. I wonder how old these rollers are. 'Cause these were like my dad's rollers. He passed away in 2001. Yeah, he was actually CIA. We didn't know it till after he died. But yeah, we knew he worked for the government, but anyway. Yeah, these were all in his workshop. A lot of these tools you see are from him, so. Alright. 2.5, 1/4. Which one to be right there? I shouldn't tell you all this, but there's a little trick. You know, say you're under 2 inches. You go from 2 to 4. So you try to get the best of in between 2 and 4, then you mark the center of that. It's always going to be center as long as you line up things, you know, and then break them in between, you know, center doesn't move. You know, say you got under 4 inches. Say you got 1/4 under 4 inches. So you go an 1/8 and an 1/8 in, and the center is still going to be between 5 and 6. I know that sounds stupid and probably obvious, but just in case, you know, you don't always have to be precise with the numbers, as long as you break in the middle of them. Just a little thing. I'm sure someone will tell me I'm wrong. Leave it in the comments if you think I'm wrong, and that's fine, you know. I've been wrong before. Not much, but it happens. Yeah, right. I don't like to admit it, but I will. There's a little hole, or there's a circle right here, I guess, for if you want to mount it on as a one, you just drill that out. But it doesn't mean I went to all this trouble to make this damn plate. So now we know this is pretty much center. And that's the top of the thing. So we want to come down. Well, I use 1/4 inch, so we want to come down a little bit, you know. Yeah, 'cause we'll just use washers to tighten it. So. Alright, meet you at the drill. Alright, so remember, centering drill, centering bit. And let me remember to move this shit up. I got this piece because, of course, of this. I leveled it out some. I would put the block under there, but you know, I've got all this to hold on to. So hopefully it won't helicopter. Remember, centering drills. They work like a charm. I always use this. So I saw this guy, I guess he was doing a hidden tang or something, and it helicoptered, and I guess he tried to catch it or something, but man, it tore his hand up. Both hands had like 30 stitches. It was gruesome. I've never seen anything so bad. So, 2 tips. If it starts helicoptering, let it go and turn it off. Do not try to grab it. And 2, try to find something that'll stop it from helicoptering. So I got this piece under here just to level it out. And a center bit. I always use a center bit. My friend used a center punch, and I used a center bit. Mine was not only more accurate, but I did it faster and better. So, and I even had a machinist said I was right about it. So, but you can use a punch if you want to punch it first, you know, either way. Now remember, those are just the starting holes. I mean, they could be moved. There's not, permanent. This is hard because it's wiggling, from all that grounded welding and stuff. I don't think 1, 2, 3 blocks would help. You know what? I might. Sometimes you just gotta use some things. This will at least hold it straight. Actually, I'm gonna go up to 9/30 seconds because I can always use washers. All right, so I got my vise. I got this, remember, always turn it on. Make sure it's straight before you drill. This is 9/30 seconds. I think it's bigger than a 1/4 inch, just by a little bit. That way we have some play. The washers will tighten it down. We've got some hogwash in here, and let's do this. Did you see that? The metal shifted. It's finding the hole. To be honest, if this was anything important, I wouldn't have done any of that. I would have made sure this was square. I would have made sure everything was coming out right. But I made these big for a reason, because I'll use washers and screws and, I'm putting way too much work into this little bracket for one, but sometimes you gotta pick your battles. Alright, let me just shampoo everything and be time to make sure it fits. And then we'll get it all welded up. See why I made this higher? See, this will be holding out here. See, or else, those holes would have been completely screwed. Alright, let's go see if this thing fits. Alright, the moment of truth. Oh, the top are perfect. Oh, the bottom are perfect. Well, the bottom are a little low, but look at this. Well, now that's awesome. These bolts won't move because, check that out. Because of where the welds are, these bolts won't move, so those are like locked in. You have to screw it from the front. You don't have to worry about putting a wrench on the back. I planned it like that. And they don't have any welds to hold. But, oh, It didn't need to be lower. Man, it's nice when things work out. Of course, I picked one of the bolts that got glue all over it. Yeah! All we gotta do is weld the gusset, and we're good. Yeah! There's the back. What bad welds? I don't see any bad welds. Do you see any bad welds? I don't see any bad welds. Alright, let's get this gusset put on in the plate, get that all set. Alright, so I measured out, it looks like 4 inches is going to clear everything. Oh, with my 3-inch gusset. So, let's see here. That's the 8. Oh, it figures. Like everything else, I made this backwards. Because, oh no I didn't. No I didn't. I was about to do something backwards though. Yeah, 7.5 is coming out. Almost did something backwards. Alright, so middle, it's 8 inches, so 4. I gotta double check these measurements over here. So I'm gonna, there's my center line. 4, 9. Now, with this out, right? Yep. Right. Just we can take these off. I'm so happy this worked. This is a little bit less than 1.5. So, alright. Break that 1.5 in the middle. Which means middle is 3/4. Now what we want to do is have this gusset. That would sit right on the middle. That's, you know, bam. But we want to come in 1/8 of an inch to make sure I miss that motor and everything. See, it doesn't matter where you start as long as you break that inch. Just make sure you always add. Like in carpentry, we'd say, you know, add 1 inch. And you hold it here. And a lot of times, if you know, you got to make sure you always tell them to add the inch, or, you know, that's where people mess up a lot. So, boom. There we go. Let's get this center. I guess maybe I should center both sides, huh? Yeah, see, it's a little bit less than 1/8. So, 3/4. Man, that's like the 10th time that gusset is falling. Alright, First thing, I'm just going to tack it. Now that I got it set up like that, I'm just going to put a tack. You're on the line here. I'm not going to tack the guts, I'm just going to put a tack here, a tack here. Center there. Alright, let me turn these lights down again. Around like that. This. Alright, we are centered. Now. Sparks to the ground, sparks to the ground. That's why we got welding sheets. I'm either too high or too low. Oh, I know why. Because I'm old. These aren't just safety glasses. They got a 2 in them. Hey, I can see. Good Lord, I wish I couldn't. I mean, that thing ain't going nowhere. Oops. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea to weld at 3 a.m. All right. Ta-da! All right. I think that's it. Tomorrow we will hook it up. I think, well, let me go put this on there and see what, let it cool down. And then we'll put it on and see what it looks like. Let's see if this bad boy works. I'm even going to try to be smart about this. Watch this mounting way. We'll put the long bolts in for the bottom. Put them in just loose. Ta-da! This is the old dry run on how to mount stuff, so when you're down in the weeds, you know, and you have to do it right, you got a little practice. Since these two are open, ta-da! And remember, the bottom ones are a little low. There we go. And look at that. It's a little forward. Now I know all you welders, because I forgot this and realized after I welded it, I went back and forth. I didn't go side to side. But it looks, you know, it's a little crooked this way, but all in all, it works. Like all my other things that weld. It's ugly and the welds are bad, but damn it, it works. So this is end of part 2. I'm just gonna stop it here. Tomorrow, we'll drill the holes, get this mounted, undo my other VFD, wire this up, and then get it all set up. And I'll show you how to wire it, how to set it. You're gonna need a one of those clamps, like a multimeter and a clamp meter to clamp the amps. Because from what I saw, you have to set your amps because you don't want your amps to go over your rated. I mean, you can set them higher to like overclock your motor, but then you wear down your motor faster. I mean, you can set the hertz up to overclock too. There's a few ways to overclock your motor, but then you're just wearing out your motor. You know, I think Abe said it. Twice the speed, half the life. So, anyway, yes, I watch Abe all the time, as you can tell. If you haven't known by now. But yeah, so we'll get that set up tomorrow. Get everything wired. I'm gonna set it so it starts within 2 seconds and stops within 2 seconds, hopefully. I got that all done on that Chinesium, you know. I'll just explain it all tomorrow. Or next video, I should say. Sorry. Like always, comment. Tell me what I did wrong. Anything. Tell me, you know, what you would have done different. Suggestions. I mean, I already built it, but, you know, for next time. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. And as always, take it easy.